It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from 71 Brewing Company, and it's a can of their Luminous Nights. It's a New England double IPA, coming in at 7.4% ABV. There's a look at the can. Some of you might remember this beer, star of the show in the last Lidl Craft Beer Festival range back in May. Wonderful, wonderful beer. It was a New England IPA called Luminous Nights, or Luminous Lights I think it was called. Couldn't believe the price point. It was like £1.60 for a New England IPA in Lidl. It had a Lidl badge on the back of the can as well, so it was a Lidl New England IPA. They've returned with a New England double IPA at 7.4% ABV. So without further ado, this is £1.78 a can, 440 millilitres. I'm hoping and praying it's going to be tremendous value for money again. Let's have a look. So it's part of the Craft Beer Festival range as of October the 21st, 2020. Two-finger white head, hazy straw-coloured beer, good levels of carbonation rolling up the side of the glass. So far this looks absolutely terrific. Absolutely terrific, look at that. I got my fingers crossed for this one, I really have. Right, let's get straight into the aroma on this beer then. First of all, for all you newbies who maybe you've tuned in because you're looking forward to getting some of these Lidl craft beers as of the 21st of October 2020. First of all, get them by Saturday. Try and get them by Saturday because they sell out really quickly. And the second one is, I really should explain what a New England IPA is. So, New England, Vermont area of America, they use soft water in the beer. They really condition the water, get it nice and soft. Or they treat the water, I should say, get it nice and soft. They use a New England ale yeast and they do a lot of dry hopping. So that means they put the hops in at the end. They're not boiling the hops. It all goes in at the end, and it makes the beer tremendously soft and tropical and fruity. With no fruit added, it's all the hops, and there's not that much bitterness on the back end because you've dry hopped the beer. It's a bit like where if you were to boil the kettle, make a cup of tea without milk, you're boiling the tea bag, and it's kind of a little bit astringent. Or you can put a little bit of milk in the bottom first, as I do. Get your hot water in there. It doesn't scald the tea, if you like. It makes the tea a little bit softer. Does that make sense? I know we're talking tea and we're talking beer, two completely different things, but it's just a very kind of quick interpretation of bitterness. So, aroma on this beer then. Wow. How have they produced this beer for £1.78 a can? It smells really good. Hoppy, grapefruity, lemon, pineapple, passion fruit, mango. Unbelievable. Let's dive in. I hope it's good. It smells good. Cheers. Yeah. It's quite sweet. It's quite sweet. But blimey, the hops in this beer on the back end is just explosive. Not explosive bitterness, as I was just explaining earlier on. It's just really tropical. It's so much like, it's like tinned pineapple chunks hitting you in the face. It's passion fruit and mango and grapefruit, orange peel. There's a slight kind of creaminess to it. I'm not sure if 71 Brewing, because I've not looked at the back of the can yet. I try and go blind with my beer reviews. I'm just wondering if they've used lactose or oats. It is sweet. It is a sweet New England IPA, or double New England IPA. Very refreshing, very tropical, easily, fantastically drinkable beer. It is just so hoppy. It's just got like these mango flavors and kiwi fruit and passion fruit and mango flavors just hitting you in the palate. I will say this: there is, on that second taste, then I got the sweetness first over there, and then there was enough bitterness just hanging over this side, enough just to be able to balance the beer out a little bit like a trapeze artist walking along a tightrope. He needs balance, otherwise he's going to fall off. It's a bit like that with some beer. Some beer needs to be balanced. If I was to choose if a beer was not to be balanced or to be in one direction, I would say I'd prefer bitterness. If I was to make a hard decision on where this beer is balanced in terms of this particular beer, I would say it's more leaning towards being a sweeter New England IPA, but there is still that kind of bitterness that just about keeps it on the tightrope, if that makes, he's a bit of a wobbly one, blowing around in the wind. They've left the tent door open and he's trying to walk along, on his tightrope. It's nice, it's drinkable, it's refreshing. Is it worth the £1.78? Yes. Do I want to sing from the song sheets with this beer? It's so close, it's so close. I mean, what are you expecting for a double New England IPA, £1.78? It's almost asking the brewing company to perform a miracle. But I love that pineapple flavour that's just rolling with it keeps going. I'm starting to wonder if they've actually added pineapple to the beer at this point, but I think 71 Brewing Company, I think they're trying to get their name out there. They're trying to get their name out there throughout the UK, and I think the best way to do that is to produce this kind of beer at a loss. Sell it to Lidl at a loss. It might even be a massive loss, because at the end of the day, it creates traction. People start talking about it. People like me start talking about it. My goodness me, this is a pretty decent New England IPA, double New England IPA for that £1.78 price point. I tell 1,000 people who might tune into this video. You tell your friends, and before you know it, the phone's ringing off the hook at 71 Brewing Company for their beer. So it's a bit like a guerrilla marketing, if you like. They're really getting their name out there by selling their beer to Lidl at a loss. And that's the only way I can explain how they've managed to produce such a good New England IPA for that price point. That's the only way I can come across. And if I was a businessman, that's how I would do it. Sell it at a loss. It's a great gain traction with your brewing company. Does the beer have pineapple? Luminous Nights is an amped up version of Luminous Lights. It was then. With extra hops and malt, this New England double IPA provides a big tropical hit, both on aroma and taste, with low bitterness to showcase the yeast and hops. Based in Dundee in Scotland, there are no pineapple chunks in this beer, looking at the ingredients. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I've had enough. I've had enough of it to stitch everything together and think to myself, that's fantastic value for money. It really is. I'm gonna rate it for that price point. I mean, I was dancing from the ceiling with that luminous lights, the normal New England IPA. I couldn't believe it. There's something not making me jump around as much for this particular beer. I think it's the sweet aspect. I think it's a little bit too sweet for my palate, but it's still an exceptional beer for the price point. It's an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!